Hey everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. And so we're going to be looking at the energies of this week. What do you need to know for this week? What is coming in for you for this week? So we're going to look at pile one, finding balance. Pile two, it doesn't have to be perfect. And pile three, content with what I already have. So go ahead and pick your pile, and we will get started here. This is for those of you who chose number one, finding balance. And this is on what kind of energies are coming in for you this week. What do you need to know? And then we're also going to take a card on kind of like what you don't see coming. Um, so, for everyone who chose this pile, what are the messages for this week? We have Queen of Swords, the World, Five of Cups, Justice. Whoa. We have um, the Tower, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Okay, and then we have the Finding Balance card and the Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles on the back of the deck. So what's coming in for you this week? There's some sort of completion that's coming in. A sense of needing to kind of like balance your head and heart. And also like there's a tower, there's something with the tower moment where you're going to, something could be shaken up a little bit. And so you need to kind of think about the way that you're approaching the situation. Let's see, let's pull, oh my gosh. Let's pull like what you don't see coming here too. Or what could be a challenge. What could be a challenge for this pile? Okay, we have the Nine of Sorrow, Access Denied, and Dictator of Sorrow checked out. Okay. And then on the back of the deck we have Dictator of Decay, Power, and Lust. So for this week, like you are wanting to kind of like use your intuition, your inner wisdom, maybe from previous experiences, but I feel like there's a sort of battle between head and heart, so you kind of have to like balance these out. This has to deal with like relying on your intuition. There's something you need to rely on your intuition with. There is a completion of a cycle, but I feel like you are feeling some sort of loss or disappointment surrounding this. Um, there is some sort of new beginning. I do see like an ending and then an ending to like one cycle or one sort of lesson, and then a beginning to another one coming in here. But you are kind of in your head about it, and it's showing me that you need to use your intuition. You're in your head about it, maybe like lacking a little bit of confidence in the situation. Also, there could be something coming, stemming from traumatic experiences in the past. Maybe in the past you've experienced shame, anger, and sadness, and so that's kind of like holding you back. That's kind of where this disappointment is coming from. Maybe things aren't turning out the way that you would like them to. It's telling me that you need to focus on your self-care this week. really have yourself balanced out, really recognize how resourceful that you are. I feel like there's something that you want that you're not getting this week. And so you're going to have to balance yourself out with that. Once again, this is about using your intuition. You're wanting to go to this head space of it. You're wanting to like logic and strategic it out. And they're saying that you really need to rely on your intuition, use your intuition. Um, because your thoughts may not be telling you the truth. There may be some illusion, like there could be some like disillusionment with the thoughts that you are telling yourself about this, but it was something that you wanted, and so there's disappointment, and you're kind of feeling like maybe you can't master your emotions, and that is also a lie. That is not true. These are just thoughts that you're telling yourself, and so I think it's like, for you, the challenge this week is going to be getting out of that headspace of like telling yourself, checking your thoughts at the door. Like, don't, not just allowing yourself to roll with these thoughts that may not be true. Asking yourself, is this a true thought? Is this thought true? Where is it coming from? Is this like an emotionally charged thought? So that's kind of what you're working on. And I think ultimately, like, the goal is to feel stable, to have some sort of stability, because I feel like you're not feeling stable. You feel like things are getting shaken up. You could be experiencing like a little bit of, some kind of an awakening or some kind of like ego death where you are, something came to light and now you can't unsee that, you can't unknow that. So you're kind of like grappling with, like what is reality this week. And so, something was emotionally painful, something was emotionally disappointing, something's going to be emotionally disappointing this week. And so you're going to have to try to, rely on your intuition, your inner wisdom, and kind of make, the way that you proceed is going to really rely on how well you're going to find balance this week, how well you're going to balance yourself out this week. So, and I think also there's something about like needing to be ethical to yourself, needing to have this like morality to yourself and align yourself with your values. Not like, why are you doing something? Are you doing it for power? Are you doing it for money? Are you doing it for lust? So I think like checking in with that, like, do those align with your values? If that does, that's great. But if it doesn't, that's what they're saying. Kind of like check those thoughts at the door. Check to make sure, but you are completing something. There's something, it looks like it might be kind of more an emotionally painful ending this week, but I do see that like this is for a reason. This is so you can like continue kind of like your healing journey, and heal maybe some previous trauma. There is like a new beginning that's going to feel a little bit more stable at this time. So that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that resonated. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I will talk to you guys later. This is for those of you who chose pile 2. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to take a look at the energies for this week, see kind of like what's coming out, and we're going to see what the challenging energy may be for you for this week, like what kind of energies are coming up, what do you need to know, that sort of thing. So I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. So let's see, for it doesn't have to be perfect. What's coming out? We have the Princess of Coins, which would be like the Page of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Four of Cups, the Empress, the Magician, And we have the King of Swords. We have the Eight of Coins and the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Two of Swords. And then on the back, we have the Princess of Swords. And then we'll see, I'm going to see kind of like what is the challenging energy, what you don't see coming this week. Whoa, that one flew all the way over there. The Seven of Sorrow, optical illusions. And then we have 21 World, unfinished business. Okay, so what is the energy for you this week? If you chose it, doesn't have to be perfect. It looks like there's an energy of like wanting something, like wanting to kind of manifest something. And this has to deal with like your love and your abundance. This has to deal with your stability also. And also kind of like with your thoughts and how they relate to your emotions, or how your emotions and your thoughts both relate to like your physical stability. That's kind of what's coming out for you this week. You are feeling a little bit guarded, feeling a little bit complacent too, like not sure if you could trust the situation emotionally, not sure if you could trust your own emotions. This kind of comes from like a trauma. This is like a trauma response I'm seeing. You're wanting communication. There could be a lot of communication, a lot of thoughts this week. And I feel like there's some sort of decision that you're like, you know you need to make a decision, but you're choosing not to make a decision. And this has to do with like your emotional stability and your communication with others, the ability to like kind of master your thoughts. Um, there's something that you're learning something here too. You're learning about how to get the things that you want. I feel like there's a little bit of disillusionment here, where you're looking to manifest something, but then your thoughts are kind of going to get in the way of that. And I think that's why we have this Two of Swords here, where you need to make a decision, but you don't know it, you don't know everything yet, so you're kind of like held back by that fear, like it's kind of like blinding you to making this decision. Um, the thing that you don't see coming is that things aren't what they seem. Things are definitely not what they seem, and I feel like you're looking to like end a cycle or complete a cycle and start something new, but there's something here where you have some sort of unfinished business with another person, with yourself. Um, so it's like you're manifesting something to move forward. You're wanting to move forward. Your thoughts are thinking about moving forward. You're thinking about moving forward, and this has to do with like your love and abundance and your physical stability, but you're not like taking action towards that. That's the thing that I'm missing. You're totally guarded here. Um, you're resistant to something, you're resistant to moving forward, and so that's kind of like what's holding you back. Um, you're very like sharp this week though, like you're watching, you're observing, you're trying to find things out. I also have the heart chakra and the sacral chakra coming out, and so the heart chakra has to deal with like your emotional state, love. So there could be something about needing to really like heal like a heart chakra. um and then the sacral chakra is about like your creativity and your self-expression and like sexual expression and stuff like that. So there could be something that's a little bit blocked with the heart and um this sort of like creative expression which I'm getting. Like it's like you're wanting to manifest something and you're taking the steps to manifest it, but then you're getting in your own way because you are kind of looking at the illusions, you're looking at the fear instead of like really just going after what you want. And it's not that you haven't done the work. I see you putting in the work. I see the behavior of putting in the work here, but it looks like you're holding yourself back because you're choosing not to make this decision. You're trying to be sharp, but then it's almost like your thoughts are like still getting in the way of what it is that you actually want. And this has to deal with some sort of like previous trauma, something that you've been through a lot with. You've been through a lot, and so you're instead of like using this energy to kind of propel you forward, you're kind of using it to be guarded, to be resistant to something, and you're not trusting yourself, you're not trusting your emotional state, you're not trusting your intuition with these things. So, and then it doesn't have to be perfect. So I wonder if you're almost trying to like your thoughts, I think you're trying to like think about it. How do I do this? And you're trying to logic it out and strategic it out in like the most perfect way possible. And I think that like what you need to do instead is kind of like open that heart chakra, open that sacral chakra, and like allow that creativity to flow, allow like whatever it is that you love to do to flow, because I see your thoughts are really kind of like stagnating the whole thing, like you're not allowing that energy to flow. And that's why I think maybe you're having a perfectionist tendency, which is a trauma response. And so it looks like you're kind of allowing this trauma to make it so that you're not completing, you're not, able to complete this lesson, to complete this cycle. And it looks like you're like a very intelligent person, and you have a, you know what you need to do, but I feel like you're kind of like deceiving yourself with what it actually is that you're able to do, that you can do. You're also allowing your thoughts to kind of get in the way of that process. So that's what I have for you. If you chose this pile, hopefully this resonated. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I will talk to you guys later. Hello, this is for those of you who chose content with what I already have. So we're going to be taking a look at what the energy is for you this week, what kind of things are coming up for you, what do you need to know, that sort of thing. And then we're also going to take a look at what is the challenge that you're not seeing, so that you guys can have a successful week. So I hope you guys are enjoying your day, enjoying your weekend. Let's see what's coming out here for you. I have the Lovers, the Three of Wands, the Empress, the Tower, the High Priestess, the Ten of Cups, the Moon. Wow, you guys have a lot of majors here. We have the Fool, the King of Wands, and the Three of Swords. And then on the back we have the Nine of Swords. And then let's pull one for what do you not see coming? What is your challenge? What may be challenging that you don't see coming this week? And we have Two of Rage, Fire Escape. And then on the back of the deck we have Wheel Misfortune. Okay. Okay, so what is coming up for you this week? There's a choice. There's some sort of decision. It looks like a decision to follow your heart. Um, yeah, there's an intuitive decision that you need to follow your heart. You need to follow your intuition. This could be something that's kind of scary for you. It could be something that is uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And this has to deal with your stability and abundance and the way that you express your creativity and love. There's a new beginning here, but you have to make this decision. And there's some fear with this decision. You're having fear with a decision. I feel like this decision could be in love, but if it's not in love, it's just simply like following your heart, choosing to follow your heart, choosing to follow your intuition. I have a lot of solar plexus chakra coming out. And what this is telling me is this has to deal with your confidence, something about your self-confidence, something about how you express yourself to the world, something about your fulfillment. And there is a new beginning here, but um your thoughts, your history of trauma, your past experiences. I feel like you might have had some adverse, past experiences, like traumatic experiences that are creating a lot of anxiety for you right now. They're creating this sort of like heartbreak, like harsh reality that you don't think that you're worth whatever it is that you're going after. And this looks like a decision in love. It really does. It's some sort of intuitive decision. It's a decision to follow your heart. It's a decision in love. It's a decision about who you are in the world, and who you are to other people. But your trauma is kind of like holding you back from this. It's holding you back from starting something new, having a new beginning, taking a risk with something where you are going to be stable and that you feel stable, and you don't feel stable. The reason that you don't feel stable is because of your previous experiences, because of your past experiences. Yeah. You feel like you haven't made good decisions in the past, and you have a huge decision, a huge, huge decision. I have 3 major arcana for decisions: the Lovers, the High Priestess, the Moon. You have a huge decision, and you are not trusting yourself. You're not trusting yourself. Um, content with what I already have. Yeah, you don't feel like this is like a self-worth thing. You don't feel like you can trust yourself to make a good decision here. You have made so many poor decisions. You feel like you have in the past, and you have this huge decision, and you don't even know if you can trust the universe. You're like, can I do this? Like, am I like good enough person? Am I, fill in the blank. Am I whatever enough? Am I blank enough for this? That's what your thought process is right now. You're in your head about this. It has to deal with your previous experiences. I feel like you've up until this point, you've been able to kind of like avoid having to make this decision by, being very self-sufficient, like working on yourself and stuff. But now they're like, nope, you need to make this decision. This decision's coming up this week. And there's a new beginning that's being offered to you here. But you have to rely on your intuition, which requires, there's things that you don't know. There's a lot that you don't know in this situation, and that's scary for you. You don't know everything, and you're going to kind of have to make a decision like on blind faith, or on faith, I guess I should say. I don't know why I say that. Blind faith, what is that? But you're in your head, you're very close to like completing some sort of cycle, but you're just not allowing it. Like, you need to rely on wisdom. You do have a lot of wisdom. you do have a very good grasp on reality with your thoughts of this. And you do know exactly what you want. You know what you want, you know who you are, but it's just this sense of feeling of lack of your self-worth. You don't know that you can trust yourself. So that's what's coming up. You've made decisions in the past where you didn't trust yourself, you didn't trust the universe, and then you kind of ended up having. So this is really like activating for you this week. This is going to be very activating. Even though you are getting clarity, I see you getting clarity, you're just going to be activated just because of your previous experiences. And that's like what's so hard about trauma, I feel like. It's like I'm looking at this and I see that you know exactly what you need to do. You like logically know, you strategically know, you can cognitively like understand what it is that you need, but you're because of this trauma experience, you're like, I don't know if I can trust myself. Because this is new for you. This is like uncomfortable. You've never like had a situation in which you could trust yourself or you felt you could, and so this is really scary for you, and that's fair. That's fair. Because that's kind of what trauma does, you know. Um So I think there is some sort of risk that's going to have to happen. I think eventually you're going to have to just, get in there with your intuition, really like meditate on it, think about it, ask for help if you need it, and you're going to have to make this decision. And I feel like I'm looking at this here and it looks like if you don't make this decision, there's going to be something that comes in, and it's going to be it might be painful and even more uncomfortable for you. Um that's not like, I don't mean that like in a threatening way or anything, just like that's kind of what happens sometimes when we have these big life lessons to learn and we choose not to act on them, the universe comes in and is like, okay, I'm just going to pull this rug right out from under you because you need to do this now. um, So yeah, big week for you. I hope that you are able to, figure out whatever you need to do. I know that was kind of like heavy for you guys. I hope this resonated and feel free to reach out if you need any more support with anything. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Oh, but there's my kitty cat to say goodbye. You guys have, thanks for stopping by.